Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Friday, July 23rd, 2010. This morning we're talking about Judgment Day. That's right, the results of the Euro stress test are due out later today at noon Eastern time. Right now we've got the Euro trading down a little bit lower. Part of that is due to the fact that they made the decision to actually release the results after the European stock markets closed. That sort of, a lot of people weren't happy with that, but they did it so that banks that were in trouble, their stocks wouldn't get sold off too aggressively during the Euro session. But there's been a lot of speculation surrounding the tests. We've been waiting for this for a while. What it's intended to do is provide transparency and clarity into the health of the European banking system. Now, a lot of the talk surrounding these tests has been positive. You've got people saying, no, this is good. But there is still some risk in the market. And, some of the red flags that we could potentially see is if, this report comes in looking too great. It might be a question of credibility. If everything comes in and they say, everything looks great, then the market may not believe the results overall, and that could be bad. The second thing we could see is that more banks than originally thought are actually in trouble. This could also send the euro further lower. Now, the euro's made a nice run here versus its June lows. Let's just take a quick peek here at the euro on the daily. Okay, you can see right here, June 7th low. It's made a nice run back roughly, that's about 1,200 pips in there, up to 130. So, a pullback or a reversal from here, may not be totally out of the question. So it's going to be a question of, what the actual results are. And as I say, the proof's in the pudding. So, wait till noon to kind of see what's happening with that. There's going to probably be some volatility before and then after, as well as the results are digested by the market. You release a report on 100 banks, and not everyone's going to have all the answers right away. So there could be some continued volatility, and then also it's a Friday. We're going into the weekend. There may be some fear in the market. People don't want to hold over the weekend as the results get even further digested. So that's what we're looking at so far today. Just want to show you pound real quick. Pound's higher. Okay, GDP figures came in much better than expected. They've reported growth of 1.6% versus an expectation of 1.1%. This is handily beating to the upside, and it's showing signs that economic recovery may be gaining traction in the UK. Now, what this does is that this gives traders and investors the thought that the Bank of England may need to start thinking about reversing policy. All right, inflation data is currently outside of its band at 3%, and if the economy is growing, okay, then they may need to reverse the accommodative policy that they've been pursuing. So that's what we're looking at here. We've also got some dollar strength today. You can see dollar versus yen. If this was a normal risk-taking day, a normal risk aversion day, we would see a little bit more yen strength here. But the yen's down across the board. Two reasons. First one is that talk of this Japanese intervention because they don't like a strong yen is starting to heat up. And the second reason is that we've actually got some dollar strength today. It's not so much a function of risk aversion, but it's just people sort of moving out of the euro, which is a very liquid currency, into the safe haven of the world's reserve currency, which is the U.S. dollar. So that's what we're looking at here. To show you right here quickly on the 5-minute, let's look at the Canadian dollar, the loonie. Okay, the loonie is lower today. Their CPI figures came in. They came in less than expected. Some were hoping for a little bit of inflation, all right, but it actually looks like they had a little bit of deflation. Core CPI came in at 1.7% versus an expectation of 1.9%, but the monthly figure came in at negative 0.1% versus an expectation of a gain of 0.1%. So, this may give the Bank of Canada reason to pause the rate hikes next time around. So, the loonie's a little bit lower. And you see that currency like the Kiwi is actually benefiting from that greatly because, the Kiwi and the loonie are sort of neck and neck as far as, who's going to raise rates, quicker, faster, that sort of thing. Canada raised most recently, so the bet is that the Kiwi is going to be next to do it over Canada. So that's what we're looking at here. Got the stress tests. The key to this is going to be the believability of it. And, again, if things look too good, the market's going to call foul. And if things look worse than expected, then the market's not going to like that either. But if things come in and it says, all right, here's a couple of banks that have problems, we've known about them, here's how we're going to fix it and do that, then this could be an overall positive for the euro. But if the news is negative and the market goes into full-on risk aversion mode, then we could see some Japanese yen strength at that point. Now, the yen was also lower because the Nikkei was higher, as it's tend to do. It followed U.S. markets yesterday, which were up tremendously, great one-day gains. So we could see some yen strength if the number comes in negative, which would then sort of put the ball back in the court for Japanese officials with what they want to do with policy. So noon today, that's the big number. Keep an eye on it and watch out for the volatility as the market digests the news. So have a good weekend. As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.